Shalom, friends, and Shabbat Shalom, right here from Pennsylvania, the Pocono Mountains. I am Joshua Aaron. If you're just watching me for the first time, that bald guy who has a daughter who just finished the Israeli Defense Forces as a sergeant and a son who's serving as a combat soldier in Israel right now. But I just wanted to just say Shabbat Shalom and just read quickly from one of my favorite resources in Messianic Judaism and Judaism, really in general. And that's from an organization called First Fruits of Zion. They have an incredible Torah portion resource that I use probably almost every week. And this week's Torah portion is called Vayigash. And I want to read this excerpt from their website, First Fruits of Zion, FFOZ.org. It says this: When Pharaoh saw Jacob, he was amazed at how old the man looked. He dispensed with any pleasantries and immediately asked him, "How many years have you lived?" Genesis 47:8. Well, the years had worn heavily on Jacob. For 20 years, he had served Laban. By the day the heat consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sleep fled from my eyes, he had complained to Laban in Genesis 31:40. He was harried by 4 wives, and he had lost the only wife he had ever wanted to an early grave. He had spent more than 20 years inconsolably mourning the death of his beloved son Joseph. No wonder he looked old. Add to all that, he was 130 years old when he appeared before Pharaoh. Jacob complained to Pharaoh about his life. He said, "Few and unpleasant have been the years of my life, nor have they attained the years that my fathers lived during the days of their sojourning." Genesis 47:9. To us, it seemed strange to imagine a man 130 years old bemoaning a short life, right? But his grandfather Abraham had lived to 175. His father Isaac had lived to 180. Pharaoh was astounded at these amazing ages. Jacob was the oldest man he had ever met. The sages criticized Jacob for complaining to Pharaoh and calling his years few and pleasant and unpleasant. They imagine a humorous story whereby God transforms Jacob's complaint into a self-fulfilling prophecy. In the story, which is called the Midrash, God was listening to this complaint. He replied as follows: "So you call your years few and unpleasant? I give you the covenant blessings, saved you from Esau and Laban, returned Dinah, Joseph, Simeon, and Benjamin to you, prospered you, and saved your family from famine. Yet you complain about your life. I will take the 33 words spoken in these 2 verses and deduct them from your years. Then your years will indeed not reach those of your fathers." Genesis Rabbah 95. That's pretty funny from what they call the Midrash. What does this mean? Well, there are 33 Hebrew words in Genesis 47:8-9. Jacob lived to the age of 147, which is 33 years short of his father's lifespan of 180. God deducted 1 year from his life for each of the Hebrew words in those 2 verses of Genesis. Obviously, this story is not meant to be taken literally. Its whimsical style is characteristic of the sages. While teachings like this are not literally true, they always teach something deeper, deeper truth. In this case, the Midrash has recognized that it was inappropriate for Jacob to complain about his life. In reality, he had received great blessings. He did not know how many years he had left to live. For all he knew, he might have yet outlived his forefathers. So, to a certain extent, our words create our own reality. At the very least, our words and attitudes color the reality we must live in. How we respond to life's hardships just determines how much of a toll those hardships will take on us. Well, let me know in the comments below how you try to see life in light of how God has blessed you, or how the struggles you've gone through as well. I think all of us need to have our hope. The Bible says any man who has his hope fixed on him purifies himself just as he is pure. So God bless you guys. May you enjoy this Shabbat. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your spouse. Enjoy your kids. For me, I'm enjoying my daughter, Emma, who finished the IDF. She's home with us. We're going to rest in her. And just a few quick things. If you haven't subscribed to my email, go to joshuaaaron.tv. Simple. Just joshuaaaron.tv. And find out a lot more as well on that website. Not only we get an email every week from us, but find out about my Greece tour in May and our annual Israel tour. Probably Greece is probably going to be an annual tour as well. It's our first year doing it. I can't wait. It's going to be more like slightly more like a vacation than Israel, because Israel, there's so much more to do. Greece is walking through that gospel journey from Israel, but landing in the Greek Roman Empire. But Israel, come join us in Israel for our annual tour in Israel as well this fall. We're going to post some more details on that soon as well. Again, God bless you guys. JoshuaAaron.tv to subscribe to my email, and I'll see you on my next post. God bless. Shalom, shalom.